Man, y'all, so I ended up getting an extra 80 over here because I had to weed eat around a lot of stuff. Yeah, this is the one where he had the building built and they were pouring the concrete when they were doing the building, and the concrete truck busted his driveway. But they still got a big dumpster here and just a lot of crap in the way. So this one usually pays 80. He gave me 160 today. So, but I was here, man, for an hour and 15 minutes. But yeah, so that worked out really good, really, because we don't have a big heavy day anyway, and it ain't hot. So I mean, I weed eated around all that stuff, man. And you can't spray it because, well, they're gonna move the dumpster and all the building material is gonna be gone, and you don't want to spray it. If there were permanent stuff, I might spray some of that stuff, but now I'm a little bit behind, but it'll all work out because, well, Zach is already over at the two big ones. So so 760 on the day. That's what we'll make today, and we should be done. We should be done by 1 easy. I might even do another one. 760 is the minimum on the day, so that's default. See, the 2 yards we're going to go do now, they're they're turf grass, and I tell you, they're not going to be hardcore growing. Not like that weedy stuff I just got done cutting, or like the 2 yards earlier in my neighborhood. See. But I hope everybody's getting ready for the off season, man, because it creeps up on you, man. You know, in the middle of the summer and throughout the summer, you know, y'all hear me crying about the heat, about everything. Y'all hear me crying about everything, man. Okay, and that's it's all true. But if I was younger in the game, when I was younger in the game, and I first started, man, I was scared of the winter. I was scared of going into the winter. You know, that's what's made me a lot better with my money in the last, I don't know, probably the last 10 years or so. I'm a lot better with my money in the summertime, and I just, even if I don't have to be, I'm still am the same way as if I don't have any money, or as if I don't, I plan as if I'm broke. You know, the business has got to support itself, and it's got to support itself on the money that we make out here. That boy can't hear me. Well, that would suck. So, just FYI, so my pallet guy, the one that had that pallet business, not the one that tried to beat me out of the money, but my other guy, he was making a lot of money. Guess what now? He's working for the city at about $14 an hour. Weed eating and shit on the side of the road. Yeah. So you see how quick your entrepreneurship, if you're not smart and you don't do right with your money, how it can just all get snatched right out from under him. He used to make more money in one day than he's making in a 2-week period working for the city. He hates it. He can't stand it, because once you get to be self-supporting out here and you're in charge of everything, you're in charge of your destiny, right? To have that taken away from you because of your own decisions with your money, he got to where he couldn't buy the pallets no more because he didn't have any money. So he wasn't being smart with his money. And then when he was able to get stuff, it was a lower end stuff. Then he ends up having to pay somebody a dumpster fee to pull up to his place of business and haul all the junk away that he paid for. That shit's crazy, man. It was right back to what I was talking about yesterday. Better be smart with your money, man. Because once you're an entrepreneur or working for yourself, or whatever you want to call it, to go back, I don't know, man. That would send me into a tailspin mentally. It would. Not to mention a tailspin financially, because I'm so used to running shit, right, that I have a hard time. I'd have a hard time going to work for the man. I mean, it'd be damn near impossible. It'd be very hard. I don't see how he's doing it, man. I don't see how he's doing it. But something tells me that he's not going to do it for long with all the crying that he's doing. He does more crying than me, y'all. He does more crying than the Ray Ray. And that's a lot of damn crying. But that's how quick, you know, the rug can get snatched out from under you. And then what? This guy at one time had over $100,000 in cash in a safe in his house. And that's only been 2 years ago. And I'm just saying, that's how quick it can get gone. I don't know, man. It's just, it can get took from you. Or you can slip if you're not, you know, doing the right things with your money, and you're using your money to put yourself in a bad spots at night, and y'all know what I'm saying, man. If you're using your money to hoeing and humming, then you're gonna be sorry. There's been many folks that, you know, and I'm just weary, man, of that kind of thing, man, because I don't want to have to do that, man. I don't want to have to go work for the man. I don't want to have to, you know, do all of that, man. All right, y'all. So we just got done with this one. And we did the one 2 doors down right there. Yeah. So Zach's on the last one. Y'all see what time it is, man. Look. Zach should be done over there by 12. So, and that's what we gross. That's what we gross today, y'all. The 760. And yeah, dude, we in the sweet spot right now, y'all. And I know everybody's got this sweet spot. I'm talking about weather-wise, growth-wise, and everything. Usually there's a nice little transition period, and it's usually this time of year, end of September, and it lasts for about 2 cuts. Get 2 or 3 cuts where minimal weed eating, and it's just, you know, make it look neat, and you're not cutting a lot of grass off because the grass is not growing. And then the leaves will start falling, you know, after, you know, well, when it starts getting a little bit colder. I mean, we're usually in September, it's not a big difference during the day than August. It's been a little bit milder this September, but we had such a hot summer. Yeah, man, the summer was stupid hot, man. But that's all we got today, man. We part-timers out here. We work about, well, we work what? Well, 8 o'clock to, you know, 11:30. You know, that's 3.5 hours. It's what a part-time duck does, you know, part-time. This really benefits the guys that when they're not working by the hour. As long as you got guys that, you know, that are coming to work and doing everything, I don't mind, you know, because I don't care how long it takes. At the end of the day, as long as we're not getting no complaints. Of course, I want to do things faster, always, because that, you know, helps us on the bottom line at the end of the day. You know, for 3.5 hours of work, see, he could literally go out and get him a part-time job somewhere, and then he'd really be making a lot of money. See, I'm not trying to work out here 10 hours a day, not me. And I don't have enough work to have 2 guys out here all day, every day, especially not this time of year. I'm ready to wind it down a little bit, you know. Even easier. I want it easier than what it's been. It's just been hot this summer, man. You know, stupid hot. Yesterday was about the same as today. Well, yesterday we worked a little bit long. We worked till about 1 yesterday. But it's the same money that he got, that he's going to get today. You see. And that wasn't bad either. That was, you know, 4.5 hours. So, still making about $30 an hour. If you want to, you know, if you have the mindset to break it down. Well, you're not giving them 40 hours. I never promised 40 hours to nobody, not ever. Because why is that, y'all? Because I don't pay by the hour. The hours don't matter. It doesn't matter. If we hit 40 hours, okay. If we don't, which is my goal, not to, okay, that's what I want. I don't, of course, if you're working 40 hours a week and you're getting $35 an hour, well, if we work 40 hours a week, I wouldn't pay that much. I wouldn't. Not unless we were generating enough, you know, enough money to justify me paying that. But I got, you know, I got open-ended routes where we can add to them. You know, I may go do one more on the way home, and we'll add another 80 to this 760, and that'll be 840 on the day, and I'll be home at 1. You know, I ain't trying to do more than that. Not for what I'm set up for. I think a lot of people that watch my channel, they assume that I'm trying to grow a huge business. And I'm not against that, but I'm not going to change a whole lot to do that. I'm too old for that, man. If it, you know, if it comes along, it comes along, but it probably won't. What I'm focused on is getting my density better and better every year. That is the ace in the hole that everybody has. Now tomorrow we'll be doing 3 yards, and the rest of the HOA that we didn't finish yesterday. But it being 73 degrees, boy, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. But a guy could come out here and work with me, and he can make full-time money. You know, and if he works good, and he, you know, works efficient, then and I feel it that he's going to be here for the long term, then see, I'll get more work. See, I don't chase work because, well, Ray, that's dumb, man. You need to be chasing more work. Y'all getting off at 11:15, man. You need more work. Yeah, but as soon as I get more work, then somebody ain't gonna come to work. And that's been my problem the whole time I've been in business, y'all. I was over at the hydraulic place last week, and there was an old timer in there.
Potential spam.
There was an old timer at the hydraulic place the other day when I got that line for the Bobcat, and he used to cut grass like I do, but he couldn't keep no help. So about 3 years ago, right around the time COVID hit, right after COVID hit, he said, he went belly up because of that very reason. Because he had, and he was a little bit older than me, because he had got all this work and all these lawn maintenance jobs, and he couldn't do them because guys wouldn't come to work. See, I'm on that threshold of where, in worst case scenario, I could do 95% of this solo, or with, you know, day labor type help. See, he jumped out there and got all this equipment and everything, and in the span of 5 years, and then he had all these customers, but he couldn't do the work because he didn't have no damn help. That's one of my biggest things out here. And we can call it fear. I'm secure enough to, I'm scared to get a lot of work because I'm scared that I'm going to have a bunch of guys not show up. You know, if I were to have 2 or 3 guys out here and one of them or 2 of them didn't show up, see, and you got 18 or 20 lawns a day you're doing, you're going to spend more time, energy, and effort than what it's worth to me when they don't show up. I'm in a nice little spot, y'all, for real. Is it exactly where I want to be? You know, in theory, I guess it'd be cool to have a guy that could do what I do out here, right? That could, you know, be me, where I could, you know, do other stuff. And but see, a guy like me is hard to find, man. That, you know, and you got to look beyond the money. If I had a guy like me out here that I knew was, and you're not going to find that because he's not the owner. But if I find a guy that's something like me, shoot, and he was as dedicated and just half as dedicated and loyal as I am, and aware of his surroundings and aware of what needs to happen on each job and have an eye for things, shoot, that'd be a $40 an hour employee, man. I'd buy him a truck and everything. But see, over the course of time that I've been doing this, and true enough, I haven't done everything exactly like I'm supposed to, but over the course of time that I've been doing this, I have guys come out here and say they this and that, and they ain't shit. They don't even know how to freaking crank its weed eater. They don't even know what fuel mix is. And see, usually by the time they work in the truck with me for 2 weeks, just 2 little old weeks, if it's a guy that knows what he's doing, which I don't ever find, never, and not ever. They think they know until they get in the truck with me, and then I pull up to a job and I say, okay, let me see what you got, man. I said, go on and weed eat it. And I'll look up and they'll be over here and over there and over there and over there and over there and over there, and I'll be like, and that tells me you don't know what you're doing. It's hard for you to work for me if you work like that, because I don't pay by the hour. Guys have come out here with me that's worked on bigger companies, which wouldn't take much, you know. I mean, where they had 3 or 4 men in the same truck, in a big truck, and they'll go out and do, you know. But see, they don't have to be efficient because they don't have to be as efficient because they got good equipment and they got enough guys to overwhelm any property. Does that make sense? So then when they come out here and work on me, they think they got all this experience. But see, I know that they don't, because I know the company that they work for, they got way too many guys working. Well, they got 5 guys in a truck, but see, they ain't making no good money. Down here where I'm at, they're paying on like $15 an hour or $16 an hour. You know, I don't pay that. But that's a lot of times, if you pay guys by the hour that come out here that say they know, then they don't. That's about what they're worth. So the only way they can really make good money is not to get work by the hour and to work smart. And if they don't work smart, they're not going to work out here with me long, because I can't stand it. I can't stand all the wasting time. But I've had guys come in here and work 2 weeks in the truck with me, and they coming from a job where, you know, they wasn't even making $400 a week. You know, they come out here and they're making $600 a week, give or take. You know, because I'm breaking bread off the muscle, because I'm basing everything on what they can do and what they should be able to do in the future. And there's a learning curve with every job, but you know, if you hire a guy that has experience in this game and he's coming off of from another landscape company, he gets in a truck where you just assume that he knows something, right? No, don't assume that, because they get an illusion sense of what they are, right? Because they got so many guys on the truck with them that nobody's working hard at all, and nobody has to work smart. If they work smart, they could eliminate 2 guys on a 5-man truck. But they don't, they just try to throw all that labor at it. But some jobs, you know, you come out better having a lot more labor. But they're not paying like I pay. See, guys that come out here and work for me, when they come out here, I'm telling them, look, it's only 4 or 5 hours a day, but this is what I'll pay you on average per day. This is what you'll make. And they're like, damn, man, that's more than I made working 8 hours at blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I'm just telling you what I'll pay, but you got to do things like I tell you to do things. And then 9 times out of 10, they don't make it. They can't take the heat. They can't take being efficient. They start thinking sort of like what Francisco was thinking. Well, damn, man, I made, you know, 150, and we got off at 11. We're getting off at 1 now, so I should make more than 150. No. Be grateful that you made the 150 in 3 hours. That's what you need to be and go from there. They get an attitude is what happens. They end up getting an attitude usually, and it's not about the money. It's about, well, I guess in a way it can be about the money, but it's really more about they want more and more and more, because I'm bringing them in way up here when really I should bring them in right here and let them work up to here. Because when I bring them in, the way I pay is not always beneficial to me. Because when I bring them in, they're here on the pay scale, and they're getting money here. And then we might have a slow day, or something might, you know, be where we're not as efficient for whatever reason. Then they'll be like, well, man, 2 weeks ago, man, on that job, man, I made on that day I made 150, but this week I'm only making 130. Why is that? Well, I don't know, man, because you and Buddy over there done wasting more time than what you're supposed to. You done got sitting in going to the gas station 4 times a day, you know, and all that. So they want to count all that time, you know, as if they're working. They ain't none of them like me. See, I'm dead ass on it, man. When I pull up to a job, I'm already know exactly what I got to do, and I've already got a plan in place in my brain of exactly how I'm going to do it. You know, that's why I'm able to sit here and do YouTube videos, because we're done for the day. But at the end of the day, so play that on out. So they get upset about the money, or they get upset about the time, and they want more money if they spend more time for the same work. If the business, I'm going to say this really very clear. If the business does not make more money, then the employee is not going to make more money. That is what it's all about. If I can come to the job and I can get the customer to have us, you know, do a little spraying and do a little bit of, you know, whatever, then, and we make another $60, then I'll bump everybody's pay up a little bit, you know. But going in, based on the overall number that the business is making today, or whatever day it is, this is the amount of money that you're going to get today, Doc. You want to come to work or not? You know, you ain't got to. These are the jobs we got today, Doc. You want to come to work or not? Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, I want to work them 3.5 hours for $120 or $130 or $150, whatever. But then they get out there and they lollygagging around and they look up and it's freaking 2 o'clock and they still got 2 more to do, but they still want their same money. But they ain't got, but they're gonna have to be out there at 4 or 5 o'clock to do them other 2. At the end of the day, they have to be as efficient at what they're doing as I have to be at what I'm doing in order to make the kind of money that they need to make in the time period they need to make it. This is a part-time job, but it can pay you like it's a full-time job. That's up to whoever's working. But I know that I do the same properties year in, year out for years and years and years. So an employee's not going to be able to come on and tell me, you know, how long it takes to do this property right here. Because I've been doing this property for 12 years. There ain't nothing I haven't seen at this property. Nothing. So if I say in my head or know in my head that I could do this property in an hour and 20 minutes, and then I send 2 employees over here and they're over here for 3 hours, I'm not making any more money, and they're not either. And that is what eventually gets them either out of the truck with me, or, you know, fired, or they get in line and they understand, damn. And then a lot of times, a lot of them hate too, you know, because they see me sitting in the truck doing YouTube videos while they're busting their ass on the damn, what they think they're busting ass, but they're not working smart. There ain't an ass busting job that we do. Not on the lawn maintenance stuff. I don't know, man, you know. We had a great day, man. Great day. The weather's really friendly for us. So, yeah, y'all.